Hi, this is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net. So here's a quickie video. I'm in my living room and I was inspired to answer a question by a certain visitor called Max. The thing with this video is that I'm not properly hooked up with the background and my clothing and the sound, but forgive me, I just wanted to answer the question quickly, as it's the case when I get inspired like this, it just flows out. So Max is a very experienced classical guitarist. He told me, and he got back into being interested in playing jazz, especially Brazilian music like tunes, Jobim tunes, and he says he's a solo guitarist, so he plays in restaurants and all by himself, plays chord melody style, which is a thing that he put himself to learn through maybe the course of 1 year. So I will pose a question here so you know exactly what he asked, but to answer your question, Max, what I think is, you said there's 3 ways that you can go about improvisation, and that's, for now, it's your main problem, right? You said it's either by key centers, by modes, or you're just playing by ear. So let me refute this right away. What I think is that there's more than 3 ways to practice improvising on one tune. Right now, I won't do it, but I could list 50 things that you could practice. Say you want to play in a certain fashion on All the Things You Are, and you aim to play only on a single string. That would be one thing. Imagine if you aim to target always the 3rd and the 7th. That would be another way you could practice. Imagine if you wanted to play linearly, as if you're playing on a single string, adding chromaticism. That might be one of your goals. Imagine if you wanted to play on extensions. Imagine if you want to do this, do that. All the while, of course, you practice all this and your aim is to stay within the form. So that's my first point, to use that. No, there's not just 3 ways you can do stuff. You can do a lot of stuff with just the material to a simple song like All the Things You Are, or any Jobim tune, or even on a blues. So to further my explanations, by the end of your question, I think you asked, am I doing something wrong? You know, it feels like I'm frustrated with my improvisation the same way when you learn to speak a language as a child, or in my case, I learned English only when I was 15 or 16, and it's quite hard. And yes, to answer your question, it's the same thing. You have to go through the motion, and you have to try to apply certain parts and bits of the language and see how it sounds and feels in your mouth, on your instrument in this case, right? And to continue with this comparison, what you want to do in reality is not to prepare a speech, analogy to solo, right? You're not trying to set something up for that gig you have next Friday and say, oh, during Blue Bossa, the first 4 bars I'm going to play this, then I'm going to play that. This is not improvisation. You may practice like this, for sure, but your aim is to jump into your improvising section as if you're just jumping in a pool. You don't know what's going to happen. Well, hopefully you know what's going to happen, but you let all the training and all your instincts kick in at that moment. And this is really hard, to let go and say, all right, I played this beautiful chord melody for 5 minutes and now let's just jump and play freely. But you're not playing freely, because you're still relying on 2 things, and let me emphasize the first one most. The first thing you're relying on is the amount of beats in each bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you make that your first priority. Whatever you play, the rhythms to the bar, either 3, 4, 4, 4, even if you're playing in 7 or in 5, this is your main vehicle to go through the tune in your improvisation. And the second part, second aspect of the song you're using is, of course, the song itself, the melody, the harmony. So you're not obliged to improvise, to reinvent the wheel every time you take a solo on All the Things You Are. You may as well play 4 quarter notes, melody in the first bar, and the second bar play 2 chords and an interesting rhythm. You know, like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, ti, do, da, do, ka, ka. Those were chords. You may do this. and then for the third bar play a bit of the melody or embellish it. So anyways, I hope this answers the question you were asking, because when I read it I was really enthusiastic, as you can see, about answering this thing, even to the point that I didn't want to set up my whole recording thing properly. So let me know what you think. This will be on YouTube, of course, and I'll see you all soon on jazzguitarlessons.net. Take care.